Hello, hello. I hope everybody is doing well on this Monday, the 9th of May, which makes it the ninth challenge for May Mental Health Awareness Month, where I am taking you through some flow so that you can flow a little bit better into your life and not have life running over you like a Mack truck. So, we're going to get started today with my back hurts, my legs hurt, my arms hurt. Why is that? Have you ever had days like that? Well, I helped on my Mother's Day move my daughter on Mother's Day, which had me wake up today really not feeling great, really feeling sluggish, really feeling kind of sore, achy, which left me a little fatigued. So, can any of you relate to that? So I am bringing out today, I tried to bring out on Saturday some props, but unsuccessfully because of internet connection. But today we're using one of my go-tos that is a daily must, and I say it's a must for every single household and your office, and that is going to be your foam roller. So if you don't have one, I'll drop in the link in the chat, a resource page so that you can get yourself a foam roller because it is a must. So if you don't have one, you can use a towel. I'll show you how to use it. But today's topic, which is going to be the topic of this week, is our psoas. We have we have a lot of several hip flexors, but our major hip flexor, which allows you to flex at your hip, right, and stand up and sit up really tall, is the psoas major, and we have the psoas minor. So the psoas, a very important muscle, and if it's cranky, guess what, you guys? You're going to be cranky and you're not going to be feeling your best emotionally. So our psoas, known as the muscle of the soul, is because it has so much to do, not just with your physical self, but with your emotional self. And our psoas can store our trauma. So we've all experienced trauma. So that's why I'm bringing out the moving. So the moving created a lot of trauma in my body physically just because of I'm not getting any younger. But also, you guys, you know what it also brought out was maybe a little bit of trauma from all of the moves of my past. When my father died, I had to move. Those were like six collective moves in 1 year. Or I moved last year and having to go through all of our old boxes of just memorabilia. That's trauma, you guys. So it can show up and have you not again feeling your best. So we're going to move with our psoas today because you're going to move with me. My psoas certainly needs a little release. And that's why hip openers allow you to release some of your emotional distress as well as physical distress because in my view, it works together. Okay, so I have the foam roller and it's behind me. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to just roll back and place my shoulders on the floor. And as I said, if you don't have a foam roller or if the foam roller is just too much lift for you and in your back, then just use a towel, roll up a towel and place it and just place it underneath your hips. That way I'll just show you, you can slip the towel under here and just allow you to get a little bit more elevation because you'll see where I'm rolling with that with my foam roller. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is just bring our knees into our chest. I'm holding onto the roller and I'm just going to shift side to side. This is massaging out my lower back and sacral area, the back of your pelvis, where if your psoas is cranky, your low back can be cranky. Guess what, you guys? It can also show up all up into the shoulders if your psoas is really tight and storing a lot of trauma. And again, just to emphasize, I really did work a lot yesterday carrying boxes and bags and going up and down stairs, which that can create, again, a little bit of trauma. So this should feel good. Now we're going to take the legs straight up and we're just going to stretch the legs over to your ability. I'm just stretching over just to allow the length to happen in my hamstrings. So again, when we start to release our tension and tightness in our body, you are actually releasing some tension and trauma that would be stored in the body. As I've shared many of my sessions in this challenge, the body does keep the score, and even trauma or memories from past that you may not even remember could be showing up as and expressing itself as back pain, neck pain, hip pain, any kind of pain. It can show up wherever that trauma decided to settle in your body. All right, so now we're nice and stretched. I'm going to just take the legs straight up, and we're going to start off by doing a scissor motion with the legs. You're scissoring just slowly. Allow yourself to feel where the movement is expressing in your body. Are your hips tight? Do you feel any popping? Do you feel one side tighter than the other? We all have a side that is dominant in expressing itself in our body as we move. All right, here goes the big yummy stretch. So remember, if you're on your towel, you can serve this, it's just the same. You just won't have as much of an expression of the stretch that's about to occur. So this can be quite intense, you guys, so back off. Absolutely, this is my go-to anytime, which is almost daily. I am feeling emotionally fatigued or physically fatigued. So right now, I am stretching the front of my hip. I'm stretching my psoas, parts of it. And when doing so, I'm also then allowing my opposing hip to shift and move just ever so slightly, just shifting back and forth. Excellent. And where I'm also going to take it now is over to the other side. So I have my right hand on my left knee, and I'm just going to stretch over to get my hip, my IT band to release, because they're all tied together. And so if your psoas is really cranky and tight, it is likely also showing up in your diaphragm, and your diaphragm is going to show up in your breath. Your breath, as you've heard me share, is key to absolutely everything, and come on out of that. And so you can just see how the psoas, muscle of the soul, can really cause a lot of distress in your breath. Here we go. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing here, but just kind of stir, move around, allow this side to stretch. So for me, this is my much tighter side. So as you can see down at the floor, as I've said in all of our challenges here, is that you want to write down, you want to express on paper how it's showing up in your life, in your body, because I can guarantee you it works. We have seen it time and time and time again with our clients. When you express on paper how your body is expressing your through movement and your emotions, let me tell you guys, it works, it works, it works in helping to release any physical distress, i.e. back pain, shoulder pain, headaches, knee pain, inflammation of the joints. I think we can probably all relate to some of those, if not all. And then come on out of that. Now we're taking our legs back up, and we're going to go back to a scissoring motion. So here we're stretching. We're also engaging our psoas. Be sure to breathe. Maybe you're going to start to find that your breath is going to open up a little bit more. Now, one last one that we're going to do for this challenge today. Again, if you're on your towel, you can still fully express these motions. I'm going to take my legs down, a little more challenging, and I'm going to circle around and just stretch all the way through that circle. I like to go slowly, and I'm pointing, which means extending my feet, my ankles. Here I'm flexing to here achieve a deeper stretch all the way up the back of the leg. Down, big stretch around. I'm going super slow today so that we can allow the release to occur. We don't always have to move our bodies fast in order to achieve the best out of the body. We're going to go the other way for 5 to wrap up today's challenge. So the topic, as I said, this week is the Psoas and how it presents itself and then expresses itself in your emotions in your body. And that's going to be the topic for this week's masterclass on Wednesday. So I'm teaching the masterclass at 9 a.m. Wednesday, which will be a recorded session. If you're unable to attend, you will get the recording sent to you. This will be the last one. And we are going to really further explore one last stretch here. Slip the roller out, and you can come on up. So Wednesday's class, we will be going much deeper into the Psoas and how it could be showing up in your emotions and physically in your body, and how we can release it. So releasing trauma through the Psoas will be the topic of Wednesday. So join us. I'll drop the link in the chat. I hope you guys have a fabulous Monday, and we will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Make it a beautiful day. Ciao.